So here are 10 ways your clothes are looking cheap. And I'm talking about the clothes you already have and the clothes you continue to buy. So of course, I'll show you what's bad and why it's bad. And then I'll show you what's good and what to look for and wear instead. But as a general rule, I do just want to say there can be cheap clothes that look so expensive, and then there can be expensive clothes that look so freaking cheap. I think it's important to know the different characteristics to look for so that you can most of the time just save money and then other times spend money when it's really necessary. So with that said, you should not be buying cheap bras, okay? That is not an area where you want to cut corners for a lot of reasons. It can make your tops look stupid. Like this is a completely seamless bra. I mean, this is the top where you would see lines if you were gonna see lines. But beyond that, okay, you don't want bras that are gonna cut into you. And I don't even just mean because it's uncomfortable. No, I'm beyond that. It is unhealthy. Look at these images. There's actual wire that digs into you in these areas. We need to stop with that, okay? So I've teamed up with Ebby. I love Ebby. I've talked about their seamless bras and underwears in my previous videos, and I think they're great. I think their prices are really good for extremely high quality bras and underwear. I just think it's better that you wear these types of bras that are really comfortable. They don't dig into you. If you're interested in anything, I will have them linked down below under number 1, and you can use my code SheaWhitneyFS20 for 20% off site-wide and free shipping. My 3 favorite bras, one I'm wearing right now is the wireless bralette. I have it in this color right here as well. I think typically when I order their stuff, I always get black, nude, and this color, I forget what it is. Sun-kissed. The color is sun-kissed, but it's just really neutral. They have other shades as well. My favorite is definitely the wireless bralette. I mean, it's just so stretchy, so incredibly seamless. It still gives you support. And that's the thing. All of their bras give you support. So for instance, the Relief bra, I have it in black right here. It has soft wire technology. So it's kind of like this interesting line that it's like not a wire though, but it still gives you some lift and support without digging into you. It's not gonna leave lines and marks. You're not gonna feel it all day. And then there's these 3D support wings that really stretch to fit and conform to your body. Everything's adjustable. It's like a regular bra, but such better quality and just so much better for you. And then we have their support bralette, which gives a lot of support, but again, no underwires. This is another one of their best sellers. The back on this one is a little bit different. As you can see, it has a nice stretchy mesh breathable back, so you just slip the whole thing on. And then one feature that I love about their bras and underwear, they have this no slip nylon grip. It's like almost like a velvety material that just keeps everything in place. So the technology on all of their pieces is just next level. And as far as sizing, they have really great sizes from extra small all the way up to 4X. But I would say if you're unsure, maybe size up. And that's just my personal thoughts because I don't want anything digging into me at all. And you could also consider their bundles where you get the bra you want with a matching pair of underwear in whatever style you would like. Their underwear is so comfortable as well. I'll have them linked down below. Use that code. Usually the code is only for 15% off. So this is 20% off plus free shipping. You don't have to spend like a minimum or anything. I just highly recommend them. All right, let's move on to a bad clothing characteristic that I see all the time. Again, cheap clothes, expensive clothes. This is bad, and it is bad color blocking. Color blocking can look really bad, but more so specifically what you want to avoid are bad tones. So for example, I'm gonna try this on for you. I ordered it specifically for the video because I knew it was gonna look horrible. This 2-piece set, the material actually feels kind of expensive. Like it feels really flowy and thick and nice, but my gosh, the tones are so off. This is like a pukey, weird beige color that's like more warm toned, and then it is paired with like a beige tone that's cool toned. And it's terrible together. The whole thing just looks cheap purely because of the color combinations. But what's really ironic, I also bought this top to show as another like cheap color blocking example, but I more wanted to focus on the fact that it's the diagonal color blocking, which to me also looks cheap and kind of outdated. But then look, it's the same exact material, the same color, the same exact material. You could not tell that from the online photo, but they're completely different brands. And it shows that a lot of brands just buy the same exact materials. But here is an example of a good color blocking option. I bought this corduroy jacket from Amazon and I just love it. There are different colors, they're color blocking, but they're all in the same family. There's light and dark colors, but again, they're on the same color scale. Okay, so this next one is kind of similar because it also has to do with bad color combination. options, but this Free People stripe top is blowing up. Everyone is buying this shirt, and I just think it looks so cheap because it's mixing neon colors with muted colors. It just doesn't go together. It looks really cheap. If you love this, I mean, that's fine. All of this is just my opinion. Like, who the heck cares what I think? But to me, there are other color combos that you can buy in this exact shirt. You can get it at Free People. You can also do Amazon, but this option, so much better because yes, it mixes brighter with muted, but they're the same color family again. It's still on a similar scale. It's just so much better to go the neutral route when it comes to stripes. It looks so much more elevated, classy, expensive. Stick to whites, blacks, neutrals, beiges. It's just gonna look so much better. This next one's interesting. I didn't even realize it until I noticed it, and now I can't unnotice it, and it makes a big difference. So any joggers, any sweatpants that have a white drawstring, so cheap looking, so cheap looking. And again, the pants or the joggers, they can be expensive or they can be cheap, but to me, what you wanna look for, and hands down every time, it's gonna look more expensive when there is no drawstring, or if there is a drawstring, it actually matches the color, like the same color of the pants. Now this next one, many of you might not even care about because a lot of you already don't like distressed denim, AKA ripped jeans, and I don't even blame you because what you're seeing everybody wear out and about, online, in store, are these. It's all bad with the spotted rips, like terrible, especially on dark denim where the rips really stand out. They're very contrasted in a really bad way. If you are somebody like me, who does in fact like ripped jeans, and I don't even know why, but I do, you wanna stick to lighter wash jeans because the rips are not so noticeable. Like, it's a nice little accent, but it's not crazy in your face. And so these Amazon jeans are 40 bucks. They look so much more expensive than that. I feel like I can dress them up or dress them down, and you would never know they were only 40 bucks. Like, they're done in a nice way. A lot of you still hate them, but the rips are a little bit looser and they're not all over like a spotted cow. Okay, now, but this is interesting. Frayed jeans can also look really cheap if done in the wrong way. So like this particular style, very, very cheap looking, but if done in the right style, high-end designer brands will actually fray the bottoms of their jeans. There won't be any distressing anywhere else except the bottom edges, and that can still give kind of a higher-end distressed look without having any rips anywhere. Let's talk about cardigans next because it definitely seems like everyone loves cardigans, whether you're young, you're old, everyone in between. Most of us are wearing cardigans, and there's a lot of bad ones out there, and it mostly has to do with buttons. So there's cardigans with just too many buttons, and then there's cardigans with the buttons just too big. It almost looks clownish. But what I see most often are the buttons just being completely different colors than the actual cardigan. And again, it just makes it stand out in a bad way. And what I noticed, when you find a cardigan with the buttons being the same color as the sweater or the material, it looks so much more expensive. And it is harder to find cardigans like this, but I think it makes a big difference. But if you just can't find a cardigan like that, here's another example of a cardigan that's already beige with the beige buttons, and that already looks so much better. Now, you probably know I make a lot of designer-inspired videos where I'm sharing pretty affordable clothing that looks very high-end, expensive, and designer-like. And I've come to realize through all of my purchases that when a brand is trying to look like Chanel, which a lot of brands are doing the Chanel-inspired thing with the tweed, you just need to get the actual tweed, okay? Like, both of these, very similar pricing. I love both. I've actually worn both, but this one looks so much more expensive because it is actual tweed. This is trying to be tweed, but it's like a sweater material. And I just think it just doesn't look nearly as expensive as this does, even though the pricing is very similar. And just so you know, all of the good options I'm giving you and showing you, I will have linked down below in the description box, and I'll pin everything in the top comment as well. Another cheap characteristic that I'm seeing more and more of is cheap stitching, where the stitching kind of looks sloppy. It's very noticeable. It's again contrasted, and it could just be the style, but I do think it is a way for brands to cut corners, save money. It's just sloppy looking. I think shirts like this or sweatshirts like this where the stitching is kind of hidden, it looks more expensive. That's kind of the theme of the video. But that actually led me to another thought, because I do order a lot of clothes on Amazon, and some things suck and other things are fabulous. But sometimes you'll notice if there's a pattern, like a striped pattern, for example, if the stripes don't line up on the side, that can look cheap. But a lot of the clothes, actually the majority of the clothes I get from Amazon, the patterns actually do line up, with the exception of some floral patterns or just like weird patterns in general. It's just gonna be crazy for that to ever line up perfectly. So a lot of times I let that slide and I don't even think it looks bad at all. But when it comes to stripes or even a checkered pattern, I do think that should line up. Now I know I've been talking a lot about clothes, but man, some of your jewelry can look so cheap. And don't get me wrong, like I wear some expensive jewelry, it's like my downfall. But I still buy a lot of affordable jewelry all the time, like 12, 13 bucks, and it looks so expensive. But it's because the tone of the gold or silver is correct. It's not super brassy. And that's what you want to look out for, whether it be online or in the store. If it looks yellowy and brassy, send it back or do not buy it. It's just gonna look cheap. And I know I've said this before, but the brand Pavoy on Amazon, no matter what you buy from them, it looks so expensive. They're doing something right. They plate everything in real 14 karat gold, so the tone is perfection, but everything is so affordable. It's like $12, $13, $14, and it actually lasts a very long time. They even have higher end things, but not sponsored by them or anything. I actually don't even know much about them, but I will link them down below along with everything. And don't forget about Ebby, guys. That's the most important thing. No matter what you wear, you need to have a good foundational situation going on underneath with bras and underwear that do not dig into you. You want to be comfortable. So I'll have them linked below along with that promo code. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.